Hi, thanks for joining. In this video, we will show how Timbr enables users to virtually integrate and model data from multiple sources into an intelligent semantic model that provides common meaning, relationships, and business logic to data, so users can perform advanced cross-source analytics, power data science and applications fast and with minimum effort. So let's begin. We'll start by creating a new model from scratch. We'll name it New Data Model. And we'll continue by connecting the data sources. We'll be using data from MySQL, Postgres, and Databricks, where Databricks will also serve as our virtualization engine. Great! Now we're ready to design the semantic model using these sources. Every semantic model starts with a default concept named thing. We'll go ahead and automatically add the business concepts using the tables from the data sources connected to this model. We'll start with our Databricks data source, and we'll choose its relevant schema in tables. Once chosen, we'll move to the second step of assigning the tables to the new concepts. Here, we have the flexibility to define how we'd like to name our concepts, as well as which table will be mapped to each concept. Next, we'll use the table columns and set them as properties of the new concepts. Now, before finally creating the new concepts, we can edit additional settings like inheritance, primary key, entity label, and add a description if we want to be more expressive with our users and consumption tools. Now, in the last validation step, we see an overview of what we're about to generate. This includes the number of concepts, data mappings, and properties that we are about to create in the semantic model. We can always return to the previous steps in cases where we'd like to make any changes. Let's go ahead and click on Run and let Timbr generate the concepts and data mappings. Great! Here are the concepts we modeled from Databricks. Let's continue and create the concepts and data mappings from the next data source. Following the same process, we'll choose the relevant schema and tables we'd like to use. We'll map the tables to the new concepts and define the columns as properties of each concept. Here again, we'll define additional settings for each concept and add a description. And now we can click Run to generate the new concepts. Great! We are starting to fill in our semantic model with different business concepts from both Databricks and MySQL. Let's complete the model with concepts from the last data source, Postgres. Going through the same steps, we'll choose the relevant schema and tables. We'll map the tables to the concepts, define the table columns as properties, and continue to set the additional settings including a description for each concept. We'll finish by running and generating the concepts and data mappings. And there it is. Our concepts are ready. The only thing that's missing are the semantic relationships. So let's jump over to Timbr's relationship wizard. Instead of manually creating relationships, we will use the wizard to automatically create multiple semantic relationships between the business concepts. We'll ask Timbr to recommend relationships in the model. On the left, we see the source concepts from which relationships originate. In the center, we see the relationship names, and on the right, we see the target concepts that the relationship connects to. Let's select all the suggested relationships and continue to the next step. Now, we can see the selected relationships and we can edit their direct and inverse name. We can also change the properties the relationship relies on, as well as the type of relationship, if it's a one-to-many or many-to-many relationship. Once we've finished defining the relationships, we'll click on Save and add them to the semantic model. And there we have it. Without copying data or performing any ETL operations, the semantic data model is ready with business concepts, data mappings, and relationships that connect the entities. This will now enable us to easily consume the data with SQL queries that don't require any join statements, even when querying multiple data sources at once. To query the data model, Timbr exposes every model with a few virtual schemas. Each schema has its own purpose. In this case, we will use the dTimbr schema, which is a denormalized schema of the entire model, allowing us to leverage the relationships instead of explicitly writing joins. Users can also use dTimbr schema from any SQL endpoint, any tool, or using REST API. Let's take an example of a request from the sales team to build a customer order report, showing customers along with their country and region, with details of their orders, including the order date, status, amount, shipping mode, and the name of the products they've ordered. To answer our question, we'll begin by loading the metadata of the customer concept, as we'd like to use it and its properties and relationships to build the query. We'll simply copy the relevant properties and relationships into the query. We'll start by taking the customer's name. Next, we'll use a relationship with concept country to get the customer's country. From there, we'll jump using another relationship to concept region to get the customer's region. Now, let's use the relationship hasOrder to get the information from concept order, which includes the order date, the order status, and the total order price in US dollars. From here, we'll use a relationship connecting to concept line item to get the item's shipping mode. Finally, we'll use a relationship with concept product to get the product name. We'll be querying the dTimbr schema and the customer concept. To finalize the query, we'll add a where clause filtering only data that includes the product name. Let's also quickly add aliases to make the results look a little bit cleaner. And the query is ready. Let's run it. And there we have it. We got the data from all 6 tables stored in 3 different data sources using just 10 lines of SQL. To understand the complexity we reduced, we can click on Explain Query and see the full query that Timbr pushed down to the databases. A 112-line query including 5 joins. This was possible using the relationships in the semantic model. So to summarize, in under 10 minutes, we were able to integrate 3 different data sources virtually, automatically design the semantic model, add relationships, and answer the business request with minimal effort, delivering a reusable data model for further business requests. The semantic data model can be consumed in any application, BI tool, or data science notebook to reduce complexity of customer-side applications and maintain an aligned data model that evolves with the business requirements. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or if you'd like to try Timbr for your own projects, feel free to contact us on our website or social media and start delivering to the business faster than ever before. Thanks for watching and have a great day.